Just have to be how it is.
It is how it is.
It is how it is, and it is November 29th, 2018. This is Atlanta United FC Weekly, a home before dark podcast. I am Tim Herb.
You didn't even let me go. Ooh! I was gonna get hyped for real today.
Yeah, guys, it feels so good to be back.
Just chilling, bruh. All propped up, comfy, cozy like. Can
Yeah,
y'all hear
Kevin's
us?
got me set up real nice in here right now.
Oh, it sounds good, dude. Check it out.
Cool, yeah.
Wouldn't
Hashtag
worry.
free Tim. I like it, Bill.
Did you guys have a good Thanksgiving? I'm very thankful today. We got a lot to be thankful for.
Yeah.
This is the new studio setup. We're just gonna post up here for all of our live broadcasts from here on out. Since Dan can't be bothered to show up in studio anymore.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the other occupant of this house thinks about that. We'll just turn the
We'll just
studio.
put up a backdrop. She'll never know we're here.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank
Anyway,
you guys for hanging out with us leading up to kickoff. We're gonna record for at least 30 minutes or so before we have to order some food and sustenance before Angie gets here.
And Katie too.
I was
Yeah.
just rummaging through your entire house like some sort of addict looking for that bottle of bourbon that I left over here. I can't find it anywhere.
You can't find it?
Angie hid it. She hid that in the Patron from me.
Oh, the Patron. I forgot all about that
Alright.
too.
Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Joe Johnstone, who I saw leaving the game, I didn't get to hang out, hashtag MEAT, and greet him before the game
Yeah.
last weekend. But he came up and grabbed me around the shoulders after the game, and I just turned around and was
That's
like,
a-
what the fuck just happened?
That's a real risky move.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
if you are like 90% confident that that's somebody that you know, to go up behind him and just put your
Especially
arms
since
around him.
every blonde-haired 30-year-old male, white male, looks the exact same right now. Beard, glasses.
Yeah, thanks, Williamsburg. Like you
Coiffed.
really did a number on this generation. I don't think. Yeah, you didn't even introduce yourself. This is Kevin Bradley.
It's unimportant.
Yeah,
Everybody knows.
partner
me.
in crime,
Part of the bearded brethren.
bearded brethren.
Yeah, brethren.
Hashtag bearded brethren.
No, brethren.
Oh man, Marshall Voigt, shout out from Beaufort, South Carolina.
Damn straight.
That's awesome.
No, Dean, the setting hasn't changed. We've been
Dude.
recording like this for 2 years. What are you talking
A
about?
lot of the typical faces, man. I'm happy to see all you guys. It's been too long.
So Bina, excited. Can't wait for the match. Where's Andy at, man? I'm assuming he's there along with you, but brings up a good point. You excited, or as I put on Twitter, the technical term, sour guts, like I have right now?
Ooh, that's even better because I think you and I both have had like a lack of sleep this week. So you get the like that empty burning
Oh, yeah.
sense in your stomach
That's why I
in the
need
morning.
bourbon, because it's gonna go straight to my bloodstream right now.
That's what you do with Percocet too. It is immediately just gone. And no, you partner that kind of lack of sleep stomach with just nervous sour gut, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just it's you got to eat a loaf of bread and like a pack of cheese.
You know, I never
Keep yourself safe.
never realized that these flags are like perfect quilt size.
Yeah, they are.
Any of you homies quilt? I want to get my founding member flag made into a
You
quilt.
know who
That'd be
does
pretty
quilt?
dope.
Shout out to Judy.
Judy.
Yeah.
Get my founding member flag turned into a quilt. That'd be
You've
pretty
seen
dope,
some of
right?
like you haven't seen any t-shirt quilts that we have?
No.
Yeah, Angie has a bunch of like her like band t-shirts from
Aw.
like college and middle school and high
That's pretty
school, and her
dope.
mom turned them into. Anyway,
so thanks. Who was it that said best pregame show? Richard Gordon, homie for life, ride or die. There is another pregame show going on if you want to check it out. Unrelegated, I know, is broadcasting live from Hudson FC with the Terminus
Yeah.
Legion tailgate.
shout out to
Or-
those guys. They've had some great
Viewing.
content. Also, shout out to the guys over at For the Culture, Greg and them.
Yeah,
Go check them out. And
Mills.
Mills,
House
like
Friends.
all of a sudden, his new artwork comes out.
Dude,
I love it.
That fucking artwork is dope as shit, dude.
I was like, this is his like Magic School Bus type.
it reminds me of like those old what's the name of the books that have the gold binding that are super skinny, but they all have like the
shit! He has like the lion
the
on
card
it. Oh,
stock
what is
front
that
and
thing
back
called?
books, but they're all the same. They're all the same publisher or whatever. But that's what it reminded me of, is that artwork from those books growing up.
Yeah, no, I
Looks
love it,
great.
dude. Yeah, all of a sudden it came out of nowhere, and then also I was listening to his return and hearing that new his new theme song too. It's great.
Yeah,
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 love all that stuff. You know, we got a lot of content on Home Before Dark Network. You and I are slacking whenever it comes to producing
dude,
content
it's
right now. And
bad
Dan, who can't be bothered to show up, but you guys
for sure.
showed up. Thank you guys. I feel like we're just rambling, but this is just
Our
how it
pregame
goes.
show is just us talking about everything other than the game that's coming up
Yeah, we just got
or
to
what we just
distract
watched.
ourselves. We got to
Yeah,
distract ourselves.
exactly. It's just,
Saul, we're doing great, man.
except for my
Yeah,
stomach.
it's
It's
good to
so
see you.
sour.
And Domer, sorry we kept you bored all week. And oh man, yeah, it seems like a common theme. We're getting like getting comments about being better than other podcasts, and I don't.
We do have some reviews
Liz
by.
Bateman says golden books, I believe, is what they were called.
Oh, I thought she was saying. I thought that was a Garth Brooks comment.
Oh, hashtag. Do you like that T minus 100 days? Hashtag
Hashtag you're
Mr.
it
Kakoma.
or Girth Brooks.
Girth
My
Brooks.
favorite.
Yeah, Girth Brooks is pretty great. Um, Kevin Gorham says this is what Wayne's World would be like in 2018, but set in Powder Springs.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a
yeah,
good point. So let's try to circle back up with the
yeah.
actual.
But another new face, H Huss, commenting on
Uh,
Christmas tree being out. No fault of my own. Angie got that up
she
yesterday. And
she you said she picked it out.
mm,
She and then not only did she pick it out, she loaded it up on top of the car. She chopped it. Well, she chopped it down. She picked it out in the woods, not just at a farm. She picked it out, chopped it down, lugged it to the car, loaded it up on top, hauled it home, put the base on it, drug it inside, strung it up, lit it up, put it up all by herself.
yes.
I'm exaggerating about the chopping it down part, but she
No,
did all
but
the
no,
rest by herself.
yeah, she had a little help loading it onto the top of the truck, but then getting it home, we tried to go on the interstate with it because we were on the other side of town, and we started because we thank God I have that moonroof on that car,
Yeah.
so I popped it up just to watch
Just to
it. And started,
grab
started
it.
singing. It's like, oh God, we got to get off. We had to take side roads. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So Red Bull's game. You unfortunately couldn't make it to the game. Laid up, obviously, with
I couldn't.
surgery.
It was something else, man.
Dude, I still can't believe it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's so many moments throughout that game, both leading up to, throughout, and following, that just far surpass anything that I could have ever imagined. The card stunt, the stadium wide tifo. I mean, from that moment on, it felt like it just didn't stop. The Gulch was insane leading up to the game. Arguably the most people I've seen in the Gulch to date.
Do you see much RBNY support in the Gulch?
I saw a few, but not many.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've really seen many opposing supporters in the Gulch regularly either way.
No, there's only been a couple instances I think with Sporting KC whenever Jay and I think Kelly may have been with him at the time. Whenever
Some Portland supporters,
yeah, they
NYCFC.
recorded on top of an RV with some guy from SKC, and then also the LAFC supporters were kind of going through there pretty rampant. Yeah, Dean, the away fans are definitely allowed in there. I mean, we have a friendly atmosphere. It's not like we're dickheads to them whenever
No,
they come
absolutely.
through.
Orlando,
Even the Orlando fans, we just like we razz them. We don't give them like real shit. We had that one guy come through. I remember whenever we were over at the Elder Tree
Oh yeah, that's
tailgate.
right.
Yeah,
That's
guy
right.
rolling through.
But yeah, atmosphere was incredible just leading up to the match, and it was relentless the entire game.
Yeah. Shout out to my mom. My mom just joined the live chat.
Oh,
She's in the
Janet.
trap.
Oh,
We miss you, mom.
I miss you.
Yeah,
Probably
that was
more
a
than
hell of a
Tim does.
Thanksgiving she put on, man.
No shit.
She
Just
and Angie and my sister just my
mind
sister
blowing.
Amy, yeah,
Mind
it's
blowing.
fantastic. Much like that game.
What was your
So
favorite thing from Thanksgiving? Fuck the game. What's your favorite part of Thanksgiving? What we didn't do a thankful show. Last year we were out of the playoffs
we
at this
did.
time, and we did a whole thankful show. What are you thankful for most this year? You don't have to say me. I know I'm here. It's gonna be weird. What was your favorite part of Thanksgiving? What are you most thankful for? What about the trap? What are you guys most thankful for this year?
I love it. Kevin Brown, Janet Stay cooking elite dishes. That's for damn sure. So, favorite part of Thanksgiving, honestly, congregating with everybody. It was from it went by too fast though.
I know.
That was the problem. It's like it was constant conversation and cooking and eating for like 8 hours, and
Yeah.
I mean, just the ability to spend it with everybody, being able to host, that was really fun for both of us.
This is the first time you've hosted a Thanksgiving.
I think so, yeah. I
That's
can't.
pretty incredible.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that. I've still yet to cross that threshold.
we need to do it
Yeah.
next next year
Yeah.
downstairs.
Yeah. No kidding. I
And
can't have
then
any more people come
thankful
over
for,
that used to date my tenants. That's a weird. It's a weird thing.
most thankful for the season. The addition of even more homies, man. Like it's crazy. Um, I still don't know how to describe the feeling of
You're all
seeing.
glassy-eyed, Percocet emotional Tim right now.
Yeah, no, but for real, but for real, watching our community kind of grow, but not just that. We love being able to put faces to names, and then just being able to continue like relationships with people outside of it. We don't do this for any other reason other than community and um, just as like catharsis. I mean, this is a very cathartic thing for both of us, and you guys help make it that way. It's What about you? Thanksgiving?
Favorite thing about Thanksgiving?
That mac and cheese was pretty fantastic.
Mac and cheese was ridiculous. Um, yeah, I think it is one of the few holidays and moments over the years, and I told you that after I left that I sort of took control of my holiday, at least that one holiday a year that I sort of take control of and decide what I want to do and not run around everywhere and be on a schedule and everything. So it was nice to just be able to come over and relax. And like you said, it just sort of went by and be around people that I care about and just relax for a day. Not
Yeah,
have to keep a schedule and watch everything all the time and being able to eat pretty much all the skin off of an entire turkey once it
crispy.
got nice and crispy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like pork
What about
cracklings.
this though? I still haven't opened this.
Dude, that's a fun ass game.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah. That and Injustice. That was a lot of fun too.
Yeah, Injustice too. Yeah, it's Kevin babysat me for better part of 2 days. Um,
I feel like this is just
kinda,
a catching up podcast
yeah,
at this
kind of
point
early
because
on.
it's been a couple weeks since we've recorded.
Yeah, no, we could probably go till 7 at this point. So,
But most thankful for, I completely agree. The amount of stuff that we've done this season and that you guys have helped us to do, yeah, it blows my mind each and every time we have a meet and greet.
you're telling me that your most thankful and biggest moment, maybe those are two separate things, but having your 12-foot by 12-foot designed flag flying in the
Oh yeah,
supporter section.
that is pretty dope.
That's not.
Man, it's weird. All these things are so weird, but at the same time, like that's a very personal thing that is exciting and that I'm proud of and thankful for. But I'm also thankful for the dozens of people that contributed to our Soccer in the Streets campaign that we ran earlier this year.
Yeah, man.
Well, I say dozens. It was hundreds of people because of all the stuff that we did with Away Days Football and
The FIFA tournament.
the FIFA tournament, all the individual contributions. I mean, being able to raise that money is really, really awesome. And it was far and beyond
Yeah,
anything that I would have expected.
for sure. So Kevin Gorham, back to it. Thankful for being able to watch Almiron and Joseph one more time.
Oh, and I got a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle for Christmas. I'm thankful.
Is
for
that different? Is Rip Van Winkle?
Rip Van Winkle. They're all from the Pappy Van Winkle distillery.
Damn, dude.
They're different. Yeah, they're
It's
like
a
different
hefty
tier-
Christmas bonus.
Different tiers.
Well, Pappy Van Winkle's like the 25-year or whatever.
Well,
like
Pappy, there's a
it's like
there's
over
a
$1,000.
there's a
Right?
15 and a 20. Well, it depends on if you're getting it secondary market. MSRP is only like $150 to $300 depending on where you're getting it from.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Kevin says, Kevin Gorham, Kevin and Kevin saying, damn son, bring that Pappy Van Winkle on the 8th.
I've already got plans for the 8th. I've got my Atlanta United Old Fourth Distillery gin. First of all, I gotta toe the line because I could go overboard real quick on the
Did
8th
I
if I
didn't tell
don't
you about that
if I don't
yesterday.
watch it.
So my company, we do a lot of work with beverage,
Yeah.
right? And like we buy and keep mementos from every single new brand that we work with. So anyway, we have this wall in the kitchen that it's a bunch of it's funny because you could see the liquid kind of decrease from them over time, but a bunch of different liquors up there. And I saw an Old Fourth distillery bottle. I was like, let's ask my boss, like, when did somebody bring this in? I was like, oh, I brought that in. It's like, cause I'm pretty sure it was from. I think Domer gave one to you
Yeah.
during a tailgate.
Yeah.
I think it got left in my car, and I wasn't getting an open container ticket or anything like that. So I think I got to work the next day
I'm
and put
thankful
it.
for Domer. I'm
Yeah,
really thankful for Domer. I forgot about that. First tailgate of the season, he walks up and hands me a whole bottle of Old Fourth Distillery gin. But
yeah.
yeah, I've got the Atlanta United branded. And then I also, after going out to Elder Tree tailgate, I had the Jameson cask makers. They actually aged Jameson for a period of time in stout barrels and
Oh,
IPA
that's
barrels.
right. That's right.
It's really fucking good. So I got a bottle of that too. So we'll just do
That's cool,
dealer's
man.
choice on that on the 8th and have that out in the
Yeah.
gulch. So, what were we talking about? Oh, Andy had something. I don't want it to go unnoticed. Thankful for cranberry sauce in a can. Somebody shamed him, and I will not stand for it. We need the mods in the YouTube chat to ban anybody shaming cranberry sauce from a can because it is the only method of cranberry sauce delivery. Because not only is it the most delicious, but it gives you the cut guides from the ridges on the can.
No, that's why. Like, you get a miter saw for that though, with the laser guide.
No, you just use the turkey saw knife. You just,
Dude, the electric knife.
Yeah.
Think back to is like my dad pretty much used to use a reciprocal saw to cut our turkey every Thanksgiving. That's
I'm
crazy.
just gonna take my cranberry sauce to the scroll saw and like cut shapes out.
Oh shit, Brandon
Oh,
Scott
oh.
saying he likes the IPA, or no, I guess likening it to the IPA Jameson.
Yeah, I like the stout a little bit more.
Yeah,
It's got a little bit of a deeper flavor profile.
hey, if you guys think again, thank you for tuning in. And
Ooh, darker white meat.
Oh, white meat for sure.
Depends on the bird for me.
Um,
Turkey, I go dark. Chicken, I go white.
Probably, I'm guessing because the dark meat on the turkey is usually more moist. Yeah. Shit, what was I about to say?
I don't know.
You totally sidetracked me.
I feel like we keep. Like,
Oh no, it's just anyway. Thank you guys for taking time out before the game. Yeah, hopefully that's what it's doing, Kevin, calming you down before the game, so you guys aren't so uptight. Like I am very nervous.
Sour guts.
Yeah, Joe Johnstone knows exactly what I was about to say. He said Tim's too drugged up, but where are the thumbs up at?
Damn
exactly.
straight.
We got 26 people watching right now. I want 26 thumbs up.
Where are the thumbs at? And then we got one. We're 2 away from 150.
Right. We're gonna read those out.
I haven't been here.
Do you
for
have
a
them
couple
up
of
on
weeks.
your phone?
I can pull them up right now. I haven't been here in a couple weeks.
You want to go ahead and get those out because I'm sorry for the last time we recorded, guys. We had technical difficulties. Dan and
I'm sorry I added to that.
Dan and my computer shut off right at the end, as you guys probably knew from watching Dan blankly stare into the screen for like 5 minutes at the end of the live stream. But I didn't get a chance to read the reviews out. So if you guys are listening to us on iTunes or Stitcher, make sure that you leave us a rating and or a review. We will read it live on the show. It had gone a while before we had gotten some, and we're a little behind, so I'm going to let Kevin scroll through all of that before we read it out.
Did they change? I know that they had changed the sorting on iTunes for a while, or at least it was a bug for at least a couple of weeks where it wouldn't sort it in chronological order. So I think, yeah, see how it says March 21st, 2018,
That's
1
really
year
weird.
ago.
Yeah, I don't use the podcasts app.
So unfortunately, the podcast app does not sort the reviews in chronological order anymore.
All right, just start talking about that game. I have my computer right next to me. I'll pull it up.
Start talking about the game. That's boring, man. Sandwiches or soup? Sandwiches all day.
Sandwiches or soup?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Again, shout
out.
Does
ramen classify as soup?
Are we talking about We're talking about leftovers, right?
Oh, yeah. Sandwiches.
When I'm fixing it,
Bagels.
when I'm fixing yes. No, but whenever dude, yeah, you tore that shit up the next day. Whenever I'm fixing the leftovers for myself, I think that I would go sandwiches because I can't do justice to the soup. But
Right.
one of my favorite soups growing up, my mom makes we used to call it a turkey pocket soup, but she'd make tortellini. Fitting because it's tortellini
Oh
time
yeah.
right now. But she'd make tortellini soup with turkey, almost like a chicken noodle soup, but with turkey. Yeah.
Ooh, I would say, could you go pasta maybe? Like do Thanksgiving leftover ravioli. So you do like a turkey, mashed potato, and gravy ravioli with a cranberry sauce, creme anglaise. I think I'd be about that life for sure. What would you do crunch factor in a leftover pasta dish?
Oh, you would take the turkey skin and you would crisp it up real nice and you would crumble it on the
Ooh,
top. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, one of these reviews that we're going to read is going to seem really fitting due to the type of show that we're doing right now, but I'll work to get that up. So we had really like fortunate turn of events playing against Red Bulls in Atlanta last week, where I still think even if Chris Armas would have deployed their normal strategy, I think the way that we played that night, we still would have come away with a victory. But they really shot themselves in the foot.
Right.
I mean, you're talking about a team that people praise up and down nonstop about their pressure. And you're talking about Atlanta United, who over 2 years, what's the recipe to beating them if you can execute it?
Absolutely.
It is pressure. You've seen DC do it over and over again. You see it, Red Bull do it a couple times against us, and it was shocking.
Yeah.
And I know people, I know Joey Logan was saying a lot of it had to do with Kamar Lawrence. I don't know necessarily. It definitely changed the complexion of the game, but Connor Lade is not necessarily he's not a bad player.
That game was decided in the midfield.
Yeah, for sure.
It was 100% decided in the midfield. And Kamar Lawrence, be damned, our lineup and the players that we have in our lineup, and I apologize to people because we had a little bit of a um, contentious poll that we put up this week of
Damn you, Dan.
if you had to decide one, who would you keep, Creed or Nickel? No, that's the wrong poll. Would you keep um, Gressel or Tito? That said, the past two games, Gressel's gotten the start, and we have seen the midfield play in a manner that we have not seen consistently all season.
For sure, but it's also your Darlington Nagby has been outstanding. Just that presence in the midfield. We talk again and again and again. Getting him back was fantastic. But are you talking about like the five, if you want to call it a 5-man midfield at that
Right.
point? Or are you talking about
Right.
the main three in the middle?
No, I'm talking about the 5-man midfield.
Yes,
Because
the chemistry was outstanding, but I think it really does start with those three in the middle.
Oh, absolutely.
Franco Escobar had an incredible game, but like Bill's saying, Rometty just Kaku got taken out of the game.
Yeah.
He really did,
Yeah.
in the same way that Maxi Morales got taken out of the games
I think
against
Bradley Wright
NYCFC.
Phillips was taken out of the game aside from his one shot. There was not a consistent play or build up from Bradley Wright Phillips that was happening that was exposing our defense. He has one crazy shot, and other than that, nothing else that really had any sort of a build up or viable threat to the defense.
No, for sure. I mean, I can't get over how much I don't know. We missed Garza so badly last year in the playoffs.
God, yeah.
You may not think about him or see him do he might not be doing the spectacular over and over again, but his consistency on that wing, the Garza strip is back in full effect. And
Which is stronger right now, the Garza strip or the Escobar none?
Escobar none. I like it. I like it. It really depends. I mean, obviously the strategy with Connor Lade stepping in for Kamar Lawrence, who's an all MLS right back or left back, sorry. It was to really. I mean, you saw the passing chart, right? You saw the distribution chart from Guzan. Did you see that?
The what?
The distribution chart from Guzan.
Yeah.
It was all over to Escobar.
Right.
I don't know. I think
Well, that's because Guzan only distributes with his left foot.
Yeah,
It
I
would
mean that's true too.
be
But obviously the strategy was to
No,
attack
I
that
got it. I
side,
got it.
and I think with that game, obviously I think that Escobar was far more effective, but Garza really wasn't called on that much during the game.
Right.
Um, but having that consistency, I love a 3-5, like a 3-man back.
Yeah.
I love having that formation. I loved it all season. I hated whenever we kept going back to a 4-back system. And it's even better now having Franco Escobar I might believe him. He might be the fastest guy on the team.
Yeah.
Is it deceptively fast because he has a long stride?
It is. It has. I've seen moments of it throughout the season, but I think that I had a little bit of a hangover and was still heartbroken about losing walks going into this season and having Escobar. Obviously, I was on Team Escobar for the majority of this season, when despite conversations about Gressel starting at right back over him at times. Uh, but at this point, I can't imagine this lineup. He is just as integral to that defense as Parkhurst, LGP, or Garza are to me.
Yeah, and whenever you start thinking back to early on in the season, whenever we lost him, whenever Guzan just kept concussing him, God, thank God that actually that might end up being the saving, like what saved our season was Guzan stopped injuring Escobar, because he is the guy time and time again. He's easily, I think to me he's easily our signing of the year. I love Remedi. Don't get me wrong.
Ooh, that's
You think Remedi over? Well, Nagby too.
Nagby.
That's true too.
Who would you, Trav? Who would you pick of signing of the
That's
year
true.
between the
God.
three? Nagby, Remedi, or Escobar?
I don't know what it is. I just feel like Nagby
Or Barco. We didn't even mention Barco, but I think that's a. I'm not saying that he was a dud by any means, and I think he's definitely going to have a role to fill on this team. But I think those three stand head and shoulders above what Barco has brought to this team.
Yeah, for sure.
As far as team acquisitions, who would you guys say is the better signing of those four coming, or acquisitions coming into this season? Oh, they're talking about the ostrich comments about Miggy. Did you read all that article that I sent you?
I didn't finish
Martinez's dad saying that he runs like an ostrich.
that cracked me up.
What a great article, though.
Yeah. It's crazy to me. Like, if you read through that, who translated that? Because I feel like it has the same tone and the same everything as if it was like his Spanish article. Let's see. Kevin Gorham saying Remedi because it was a total need and a time crunch, unexpected need. It was like and not just an unexpected need, but it was also a just under the radar and surprising signing. I mean, nobody knew anything about him.
It's a great point.
He kind of came out of nowhere, but obviously our front office had him scouted and everything. They did a great job picking him out. Barco, Dean saying Barco was worried about females too much. Gouda Clark, what's up, man?
Hey, this is the calm.
Yeah,
calm
he said y'all are too damn calm, boys.
Calm your nerves happy hour.
You guys, you know what really helps to calm the nerves is whenever you click the thumbs up button on the YouTube stream,
or just go throw some stars up on iTunes.
So again, I think back to the absences, and I would have to probably go back and look at the string of games whenever they were gone. But looking at the absence of Nagby versus the absence of whenever Escobar was out, I feel like we were a little shakier whenever Escobar was out. It's hard, man.
But how much of that shakiness is dependent on who filled the role? You know, with Nagby out, Remedi was there to fill in. We just didn't have. I don't think that Atlanta has had a viable option. Like, can you imagine Atlanta United without Remedi to? Who was that? Kevin Gorham that had mentioned it before about Remedi coming in a time crunch whenever we needed him to fill in for Nagby. In my mind, that answers the question. Not Remedi because of his usefulness to fill in for Nagby, but because how integral Nagby is in this lineup.
Yeah, where we missed a beat, but at the same time, we kind of didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
because we had Remedi.
Yeah.
If we didn't have that option, just like whenever we lost Escobar without having a consistent option at right back.
And the byproduct, as Bill Holcomb states, is you couldn't Remedi as the signing of the year. I think you convinced me with this, Bill. Is you couldn't have kept Jeff in decent health without him.
That's
I
a
think
great
that's
point.
true because we
That's a
saw
great
Jeff
point.
finally. I think took the second leg of NYCFC that he was out due to injury.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. And who are we without tonight? We lost LGP.
No.
No, did he wasn't going into last game with a yellow.
No.
Okay,
we
that's
have
right.
nobody out, and yellow card accumulation is gone now, so it doesn't matter.
No, yeah, I was just talking about going into this game.
No,
so.
I know, but yeah, we're not missing anybody for yellow card
Yeah,
accumulation.
to Brian's point though, he said when Escobar was out and we had Miles and Mikey Ambrose Bellingham. Yeah.
I know. Did you find out the iTunes on?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I didn't want to interrupt as we were.
Oh no, you're totally fine.
All right, so it might be hard for you to pass.
I'd be remiss if we didn't.
This is actually from a month ago, and I feel really bad.
Is this War Damn Domer?
No, this is Great Pod, Voice of Experience. This is the one I was alluding to whenever I said host can be a little chatty, but it's still a great endeavor. I try not to miss it. I appreciate it. That's kind of our thing is chattiness. Do you want to read the Domer one?
We just validated every bit of that.
Do you want me to pass it off to you?
Are you sure you don't want to read? Do you want to read the last one? Do you want to get stuck reading the last one, or do you want to put that in my lap for the last one?
I'll read the last one.
Okay, I'll read Domer. I'll read War Damn Domer. Domer, I'm sorry about the Iron Bowl, man. You can be a Tiger fan now though for the rest of the season.
Exactly. I mean, Brian, podcasts without chatting are my favorite. Exactly. I mean, shit, lineup's out. Hold on, before Domer. We love you, Domer, but the lineup is out, and we have to get to it.
Is there any change from last game, you guys, while we're pulling it up? If not, then we don't even.
All right, go ahead and read it while we're trying to get the lineup up.
Unite Beaches, War Damn Domer, 5 stars. Don't care if you find this a biased review or not. This is one of the best Atlanta United podcasts out there. Very much like Shoot the Breeze with your buddies at a bar talking sports. We pick on each other, but actually talk about some great analysis and opinions on going forward. Wonderful medium between serious analysis and debate and being goofy and fucking assholes. We're fucking assholes, or was that a verb, do you think?
Oh.
Like the action. We'll discuss
I'll plead
that
the
later.
fifth.
Hashtag Auburn may be bad, but Clemson is the donkey show. Hashtag Malzahn out.
Oh, Malzahn out. I can't disagree with that more. Or I can't agree with that more is what I mean. All right, last one. It is better than MOTS. 4 stars.
Oh, I didn't even realize it was a 4-star.
Well, when you read it, obviously it's by S.W. Swecker for life. Oh, if this is Robert Swick, I'm going to punch him.
Wait, is it really?
SWKER for life. I don't think so. He said, well, they aren't great, but are better than MOTS. Of the 2 shows. Yeah, what a really backhanded compliment. Said, of the 2 shows, HB4D would be more deserving of their own radio show. Not that anyone should be subjected to hosting a sports radio show. Don't know what that last part really means because sports radio is pretty damn popular. Anyway, thank you for the reviews. I don't know how to take it.
Wow, yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
I really like I think we got the full range of homie etiquette and personality in those 3 reviews.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's just funny, Brandon Scott, only 3 types of people. Exactly.
Yeah, you get the people that are rage listening because it may be a little bit more appealing to them than some of the formal other shows, which all those other shows, we have nothing against any of the other shows.
No, I'd encourage you guys to go listen to everybody between Mouths of the South and Unrelegated, which is, again, on our network, and Soccer Down Here, all the shows that... 5-Stripe Final and ATLians and...
There's too many.
Yeah.
Who's going to make the cut?
Yeah, it's podcast.
There's only one person
again.
on top. That's us. Yeah. But if you guys don't get more of those reviews and ratings, then we may see that ranking slip. So
yeah,
nobody
for sure.
to blame but yourselves.
Obviously, we'll read whatever. Yeah, and for the culture, obviously, Joe Johnstone.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, we'll read those out no matter what they say, obviously, because that last one doesn't necessarily
The reviews do not
reflect.
reflect the
Yeah,
opinions or that is dangerous, Tim.
that is an expensive computer to be putting next to water.
Yeah. The reviews do not reflect the opinions or assholes of the co-hosts of the Home Before Dark podcast network.
Yep, for sure. Okay,
So
so
same starting 11.
same starting 11 for
And
us.
Lawrence is out.
Kamara Lawrence is still out. Connor Lade is still
We
in.
were a top 5 Orlando City podcast.
That's my thing.
That's what
that's what I'm most thankful for this season. Was whenever we hit top 3 or top 5 Orlando City podcast, because the salt was so heavy from them.
Oh God, it's so sweet, man. It's like I don't know which tasted better, licking that salt from the turkey I was picking over on Thanksgiving, or those Orlando City tears.
Oh God.
I think I'm most thankful that I screenshot that guy who said talk to me in October whenever he was talking
Yes.
shit in
Yes, yes, yes.
preseason for Orlando, and then I post mentioned it to him at 12:01 a.m. on October 1st of this year.
Yes, and to his credit, he was very
He was a
very
good sport
impressed with
about it.
that.
Good sport
Michelle,
about it.
I like your comment. You said, "I like you because you don't pretend to know everything about soccer."
Yeah, we don't
It's
know.
nice. It's a nice, refreshing change from your home country of England, where the
Oh,
punditry
God.
is rife with arrogance.
I bet it's kind of like talking about college football in the South. It's like talking about soccer in England. It's probably just as frustrating
Yeah,
for the casual viewer or a person that just wants to enjoy watching a game.
yeah.
You know.
That's what this is all about, man. I
Yeah.
like the setup. People were commenting on the couch.
I felt like this was a really weird casting couch sort of deal whenever we were setting it up. We got the big light.
But it's
shining
really
down
comfortable,
on us.
dude.
I'm glad you didn't ask me to do any of that stuff that you normally ask me to do before the
Yeah, I
camera
don't have a
turns
spicy water with me. Yeah. Just go ask you to go to the drink fridge.
So we did see some score predictions floating around. Seems like everybody's on board with an Atlanta win. I did see one 3-1 Atlanta loss, I thought.
Which
Maybe
is
it was
still
a
fine.
3-1.
We score one goal and we're golden. We really have
We're
to
golden.
we really would
We
have to
gone Chennai.
we really got to screw some shit up if we score a goal and they advance.
The Atlanta in me will not allow me to get too excited about
See,
this
I don't
game.
have that attached. I love Atlanta. I consider my hometown at this point. It's the longest I've ever lived anywhere. I love this city to death, but I was not raised to be a sports fan of any of these cities, so I don't have
Correction.
that.
My Atlanta and Clemson
Yeah.
fandom will not allow me to get too excited for any sports team. that I
Actually,
support.
so that brings up an interesting point.
About Clemson?
I was in the middle of looking this up last night and I got sidetracked.
Clemson's national championship.
Let's see, how many
Percentage?
times?
Clemson's won a national championship just twice.
Twice?
Yeah, 81.
Yeah, 81 and yeah. Okay. So, little trivia question for you guys, for you especially, Kevin, since you're right here.
Welcome, shut up.
How many times? Because they would have to win outright in
We Clemson to say it's all Kevin's fault. Well, now the new Clemsoning is winning national championships and playing in playoffs.
All right, let's stop with that.
We just don't want to Auburn today. We don't want to Auburn.
You sure as shit don't want to do that. It's not been a fun past few years. It's funny because Gus Chiswick Gene Chiswick won
I
national.
can barely tell the difference anymore.
Yeah, Gene Chiswick won a national championship with somebody else's players, and then Gus Malzahn almost won a championship with somebody else's players.
Yep.
I want to ask you guys a quick trivia question, because to win outright and to not have to go to overtime or not have to worry about scoring more than 4 goals, how many times this year, off the top of your head, do you think that New York Rebels won scoring 4 goals?
Against Portland, they won 4-0.
Against a really shitty Portland team at the.
I'm pretty sure, didn't they beat Orlando pretty bad as well?
Let's see. No, actually, Orlando put 4 in on them and beat them.
That was it. So I know the Portland game.
And then it was the Hudson River Derby.
Okay.
It's been
It was just two.
two games all year that they scored 4 goals.
But how many times has Atlanta lost by 4 goals? Or had let somebody score 4 goals on them? Twice as well. First game of the season, last game of the season.
Right. So
I know it's.
all
I
things
know it's.
considered,
Yeah.
all things considered, I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch, but
Stop! Don't say it. Shut your mouth.
I have every bit of confidence.
Michelle, I want some of whatever Tim is on. You need to go get a Percocet prescription. Just
I'm
go
on a
get some
mask
sugar.
off special. What does that mean?
Percocet, Molly Percocet.
Oh, no, no, I don't do those things together.
Oh my God. Have you seen all this stuff? The petition. Have you guys heard that the high school football game on the same day as Mercedes Benz as the MLS final if Atlanta wins today? Have you heard about all this shit going around with this? That there's
No
petitions,
right, but
and they're
from
just
everything
trying to get 100 signatures. That's my favorite part about it. That and the comments and the petitions.
I don't think any of that is legitimate.
I don't either.
I think it's everything is satire.
news.
Yeah, I think that the amount of people that are actually getting outraged about it is the reason I don't get on Twitter all that often. It's kind of why I've peeled back from social media because it's
Don't worry,
Bill's saying it's legit. Maybe I'm just dumb and read into
I think that there are some legit people. I don't think
Well, all the football helmets are on the wall there. It's
if it's so big, they should hang some soccer cleats up in there.
They have every high school team's helmets on the wall.
There's more helmets than soccer balls in that stadium. That's all I'm saying.
Pierce Hicks, what's up, man? It's a long time no see, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, somebody mentioned that the high schools got notified about that back in July, that was a potential possibility. So I think a lot of it's gotten blown out of proportion. I think that there is some real
Is there a Falcons game? Is there a Falcons game the next day?
I don't know.
Because why would if not, why wouldn't they just move it to the next day?
I think that would be the only reason why I can see the frustration is that it's going from a Saturday to a Monday and Tuesday, and for travel and work and everything else. I get that, but I don't give a shit about it. So we gon' Shanae.
We go Shanae on?
Yeah, we gon' Shanae on.
Yeah, Sunday is for the Lord.
It is for the Lord. All right. Score prediction.
Score prediction 2-2. I think they're probably going to come out and try and I think they're going to overextend themselves. I think we're going to score a goal on them because they're going to have to get aggressive early. And honestly, I might see a sending off happen. I know somebody had mentioned that earlier. How many times does the or how many players does New York Red Bulls finish the game with? And I think probably.
Who do you think I think this could be a game that they end up getting a card in.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
At a maximum, I think they finish with 10. I think they're going to go for broke, knowing the way that the passion that Armas has, and he's got to feel like an idiot after last game,
and
just
really
them being so far behind and having to attack and be super aggressive, more so than they already normally are with their pressing.
I think the opposite, though. I think that they end up getting an early lead and then end up making a defensive error to get that red card to try to hold on to it and build. Getting the red card, Atlanta sinks one back in on them, losing the game 2-1, but ultimately moving on to the
cup. Okay. I have a feeling Kaku should have seen red in the last game. I think that guy was a joke last game, and I could see him ending up getting sent off this game too. I will say that their center backs are pretty damn composed too. That's one thing I will say that their defense is. I mean, we didn't expose them last time, but we played really well against them. But we have to try and stretch their center backs again. I mean, we did that last time. You saw where.
I think that Tata and this team have a game plan. They know how to execute it. It clearly worked. Even if Red Bulls came out in high press, I think what Atlanta did will work again. I mean, even if they're high pressing, I think it's been shown that they can expose their back line even if they're stacking the box. Clearly, if they're doing a high press, it's only going to lend itself because what's going to happen is Red Bulls are under the gun to put goals up no matter what. If they're going to advance, so they're going to naturally high press. They can't afford to burn the first half or as much time as they did in the first game trying to catch Atlanta on the counter. They have to play really high. And what that's going to do is it's going to open up their back line, which is exactly what Atlanta wants. Between Nagby and Gressel, I mean, look at Gressel's run out of the midfield, a 45-yard dart from midfield that Miggy slots it through to him on. I mean, that's exactly what this team's going to want to do to Red Bulls on the road. They know they're going to be pressing high. Atlanta knows how to play out of the backfield, which was that was another great. I don't know if you saw Bobby Boswell's series of tweets that he did.
Yeah.
It was a thread about how they practice and they're always practicing
Oh
of
yeah.
playing out of the backfield.
Who do you think the narcs were? We were talking about this in the Slack chat, and then I think also Bill had brought it up on Twitter about the grievances that were filed by the players union.
Yeah.
And my thing is, and I brought this up as a possibility in some sort of automated thing, where I have a feeling there. I don't know the CBA backwards and forwards, but I imagine there's probably something in there. Obviously, there's something in there about how often they're allowed to train and how often they need breaks. But I'm wondering if there's some sort of you're not punching a clock as a player, but at the same time, the team reporting when training is, how long those trainings are, and then that gets reported to them. And I'm wondering if there's not a certain amount of break, if there's some sort of automated trigger that goes off. I don't know who would have been the narc if so. I really would like to think that it wasn't anybody and that was some sort of automated trigger that was going on in the system. But if I had to choose somebody, either Harrison Heath or Tyrone Mears probably, because we had that long stretch of games where we needed. I mean, there was no time for time off during that stretch of games.
No, I want to shout out to Paul Cook, my seatmate. One of the other things I'm thankful for, the people that I sit around, season ticket holders.
Yeah.
Become really good friends with Paul and his family, and he just called me, giving me a rundown of everything that they're doing for leading up to the game. We went to the Elder Tree tailgate and had the Jameson together last weekend, so he said he went out and got a bottle of that. He said we got Jameson cask mates, we got 1800 tequila, playing pool, we got some hot wings. We gonna Shanae, baby. So shout out to Paul.
We go Shanae.
Got to find out. One of the things, I don't know if anybody knows about it. He's asked me about it. I've asked Austin and a couple others. How do people audition to do things like sing the national anthem? You know, I know how everything else happens at these games, from getting nominated to carry in the Golden Spike to, I mean, I guess hammering in the spike is probably a front office decision, but how does the national anthem?
I don't know, because we have a lot of we have two repeat singers that sing, I would say probably half of the time for our home games.
That's not going to happen, Bill.
Amanda Athens, I think her name is. Ashley Athens, Amanda Athens, and then Chinua Hawk.
Yeah.
Chinua Hawk should do every game.
Yeah.
I love that
CeeLo
dude.
should do every game.
He did one, right?
He did it last year. Yeah. In the playoffs last year.
That's right.
You missed Big Boy doing the spike this
we saw him during the pregame. Yeah.
Who's been your favorite people driving in the spike? Top 3. I already know mine.
Top 3, Killer Mike.
Killer Mike, yes.
Off the dome, trying to think who else.
Killer Mike, Waka.
I think Big Boy. I love how much Waka Flocka loves this team.
Me too, man.
Seeing that picture of him in Santa in the tunnel at Red Bull Stadium tonight was pretty great. What else, man? What else? Score prediction. What did you? You never.
I'm thinking 2-1 loss for Atlanta, but overall win.
We score a goal, they got to beat us 5-1.
Right.
To advance. So.
Right.
We get that one goal,
or 4-1 to go to overtime, and nobody in Atlanta wants to see that. No, 5-1 to go to overtime. That's right.
No, it's 5-1 to beat us. There's no overtime if we score one goal.
Really?
Yeah, because of away goals. We have that away goal. They don't have one.
But
so
I thought that was just a tiebreaker on aggregate.
It is. Right. What I'm saying is if we score a goal and they tie us on aggregate, we win because we have the away goal.
Yeah, but if we score 1 goal and they beat us 5-1,
Yeah, then they advance. They advance straight up because that's
right? But
that's
if they
5 to
beat
4
us,
on aggregate.
oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
I
Kevin
knew that
Kevin
stuff,
needs
but
the
I can't.
chart.
Yeah, I need that fucking that matrix that they posted on Instagram. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Um
Getting all kind of texts and stuff. Everybody's blowing us up. Everybody is united and ready to conquer, man. I'm so excited.
yeah, me too.
Who is this?
Who? What? What's going on?
Oh, it's Joe. Joe
Joe Johnstone
Johnstone.
sending you stuff.
I didn't have his name in my phone yet because I was
Oh.
just drunkenly texting with him whenever we were doing the MEAT meet and greet at the atrium for the NYCFC
Yeah.
game. So, all right, guys and gals. Angie, score prediction.
Dos a cero.
Isn't
You've
that
heard
your
it.
score prediction every game?
It is. She just loves saying dos a cero.
Who's scoring?
Yeah, who
Yeah.
versus? Joseph and Tito.
Nice.
I like it.
Anything you want to say to the people?
Anything else you want to say?
Yeah. Shout out to Norma.
Shout out to Norma.
Shout out to Norma. Shout out to
Angie's
Judy.
amazing grandmother.
Shout out to my mom and Judy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Janet. Shout out to all the moms out there.
Yeah.
All the mommies, all the homies. Love you guys.
Yeah, you guys go get wherever you're watching the game. One thing I just ask you guys: be safe. Be Whoa, there we go. There we go.
All right. This
is going off the rails. Pirlo, what is your score prediction for tonight? That boss ass bow tie. Yep.
Score prediction, buddy.
Yeah, kisses. Yeah. How many kisses did he give you? That's how many.
That was 2.
Okay.
I think it's 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0. You said Dos a cero 2, buddy. All right.
Dos a cero 2. So is that like 2-2?
2-2.
You said Dos a cero 2.
Also.
Okay.
Also.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah, go get to your watch parties, your games.
Drive safe.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll see everybody.
And Kevin Brown, if I don't know if you're is Kevin up in dude, yeah. If he fits, he sits and he grabs the mics along with him. He just laid on the mic cables.
Just gonna lay down here to talk.
As long as at least it's not farts. So I don't know if Kevin Brown's at the game, but any of you guys are at the game, have fun, be
Stay
safe,
warm,
be rowdy and proud, and let's bring this title home.
No matter what happens, hell of a season.
I thought you were gonna say be home before dark, but yes.
Well, all right. Love the hell out of you guys and gals. Hopefully Pirlo doesn't just crash the system. Talk to you guys next time. As always, be home before dark. Just like